When a solitary young man starts dreaming about his gaming partner, he soon begins to question the boundaries of his own existence. That's the logline for The Blue Room, but I would say that The Blue Room is much more than that. The Blue Room is also about many problems that we see in modern day society. Loneliness, depression, anxiety. The main message in The Blue Room is really to show how important meaningful connections and human interaction and especially love is to each and every one of us, and how the lack of those things, along with the extreme use and effect of technology, can be a potential hazard to us and to our society. So The Blue Room was actually shot in 2 locations, but I would say mainly 1 location, and that location was my apartment. So the whole movie is shot in one place, and of course that's a big challenge in and of itself. I think when you're talking about independent filmmaking, there's always challenges associated with the lack of budget, and one of the big things that happens is a limited amount of locations. So in the case of this film specifically, it was mainly 1 location, it was 1 apartment, and we turned that apartment into the main character's house, essentially. And we were shooting mostly between 1 living room and 1 bedroom. Most of the shots take place in those 2 spots. We shot it all in the course of 1 night. So everything, again, very limited, and it sounds like a huge challenge. But I also think that that became a great opportunity for us to really explore those characters in a deeper and more meaningful way. And it became definitely an opportunity for me as a director to really get the best out of our actor Corey. And then later on out of Brooke as well. And I think they did amazing in their roles for this film. And that's, I think, one of the reasons why. It's because we were so limited in terms of budget, so limited in terms of location, that we really had to make it a character-focused film. So I consider myself an auteur director, which is a director that also likes writing their own films. And I love producing content and creating content and directing commercials and brand films and brand videos for companies, and as well as for things that were maybe written by a copywriter at an agency or written by a creative writer that wants to collaborate with me on a certain project. But when it comes to filmmaking, I personally love bringing my own ideas to life, because I have a lot of ideas, and I definitely have dozens of ideas already written out, and some of them into scripts, some of them are just concepts, but I only want to bring those concepts to production when I really believe in them, and when I really talk and collaborate with someone else. So in the case, for instance, of this film, I actually wrote it with my friend Lindsay. We kind of went over every single character, location, the overall theme and plot, and the goals that we have for that story. And then I only jumped into production once I knew there was something there in that story. And then we start crafting everything else. So we start getting the right crew together, which includes the cinematography, the lighting, the production design, the costumes, every little detail of what kind of colors we're gonna try to use. So just having really that really tight crew that you know how they work, they already know how you work, that makes everything better. And I think if you wrote this story as a director when you're on set, and if you can be included as much as you can on the post-production, you can kind of have that creative control over every step of the project and every step of the process, which I think is super important. I think the biggest challenge with this film and with any other independent film is definitely budget, because you have so many talented people on set, and you know that, the amount of work that they're putting into that, and just the artistry in each little thing they're doing, when it adds up, there's just so much quality there, and you know how much they deserve. And oftentimes with independent films, the budget is just not there, it's just not enough for everyone to get compensated on the level that they deserve. So I think that's the biggest challenge, keeping everyone focused, keeping everyone on set entertained, and at the end, not only having fun on set and having a pleasant experience, but also having a great film made. Because at the end of the day, that's the goal, right? If there was one movie that I could remake, it would definitely be Jurassic Park. That's a movie that I've always been a fan of since I was little, and I think the experience on that set would be just insane. Everything that Spielberg had to go through with the camera team, with the production designers, to really implement everything from practical effects all the way into visual effects and stop motion, and have all of those different technologies to bring those creatures to life, to bring the dinosaurs to life. I think that would be amazing. I've always been a fan of that film. Yeah, I actually have a thriller film coming up soon. Hopefully you're gonna be able to also watch it on Reveel. So I'm very excited for it, and I can't really give away too much because there's a huge plot twist in the film, but I think you guys are gonna love it.